Hello, Joe Gaming Girl here, back with another video. Woo. So yeah, what am I collecting if I'm collecting anything at all? I remember at one point I said I'm done now. But we had a big sort out. We got new shelving and we sold a lot of retro. And yeah, we made a bit of space. So yeah, my brother actually gave me Red Zone and Dick Tracy. Yeah, I am done with Mega Drive to be quite honest, but yeah, he was having trouble trying to sell these, and yeah, these are two games that I've never tried out but always wanted to try out. So I thought, oh, I'll buy them off of you. I mean, if I don't like them, I could always sell them. So yeah, and he said Dick Tracy is amazing. This game's really, really good apparently. I've played the Master System one, that's awesome, but I've not ever played it on the Mega Drive. And we got Red Zone as well. I always saw this game, but for some reason never picked it up. So yeah, we got them, but we're not collecting for Mega Drive because, like I say, I've been collecting for that ever since I had the console. So I've pretty much seen everything, played everything, pretty much. Yeah, and also we don't have much room, like I say, but we had to clear out, and I've made a little bit of room, and I can now get a little bit more Sega Saturn. And well, I think you've seen it in a pickup before, but we actually got loaded on Sega Saturn, and I actually recently got Tunnel B1. So yeah, slowly picking up a couple of Saturn games. Now I've made a little bit of space. So yeah, I'm basically, I guess, collecting a bit of Saturn. As you well know, I've been picking up a couple of DS games here and there. So yeah, I'm sort of heavily collecting DS games. And we actually played this one and beat it. And I absolutely loved this game. It was really good, and I got it for £1. This is why I love DS so much, because, well, it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, so tiny. And also, you know, you can pick them up for like I've been picking up for £1 or £2. Yeah, they're really cheap. There's still cheap games out there. So yeah, I'm mostly just collecting for DS and Sega Saturn. But yeah, I'm no longer collecting for like Mega Drive, Dreamcast, Mega CD. I did get R-Type for the Master System, but I think that might be my last game now for the Master System, unless I can make a bit more room where the Master System is at the moment. But yeah, PS1, PS2. I know I picked up a couple of PS1 games recently. Hopefully I can squeeze them in. But yeah, oh, and I was heavily collecting Wii games at one point because we got the free Nintendo Wii. So, and it just got me interested in Nintendo Wii again. So I've been picking up a couple of Nintendo Wii games here and there. They go pretty cheap too. I've been picking up for £1, £2, £3, you know, whatever. And yeah, a couple of £1, and yeah, we've got a pretty good, decent library of games there now. I still look at Nintendo Wii, but I haven't found anything that I think I've got every game that I'm sort of interested in and into. So yeah, we're not collecting for anything else other than a little bit more Saturn and DS games. Yeah, unless I make a bit more room somewhere by selling some more stuff. But yeah, it is a space thing. But doesn't mean to say I'm not interested in retro. I feel like I've got everything that I want, really, in terms of retro. Um, you don't need to forever collect and collect and collect forever more, you know. But I feel like I always will have a little project, console or something going on, you know. Yeah, I did that DS up. It was really, really grubby, but I saw potential in it, and actually under the grime, it was absolutely mint. It just needed a bit of a clean up, and yeah, and it works perfectly fine. Um, so I probably and then the free Nintendo Wii we did up. Um, it was all working fine, and I just needed to fix it up a bit. Yeah, and I did forget to say GameCube. Um, I'm done with the GameCube. I think I got a couple more games. I bought Pikmin and yeah, but yeah, there aren't many more GameCube games anyway. It's not got the largest library, has it? Really? Yeah, and a lot of them aren't my kind of thing anyway. So yeah, we're just you know I'm just happy and enjoying what I have. I don't really necessarily want to collect more and more and more and more, and just yeah, because well, space, but I also don't really want any more. But we're definitely, we're still going to be looking into well more DS games, and we'll be checking out, you know, a bit more on the Sega Saturn, which is nice. I'm glad I made some room for the Saturn because I did really, really wanted to. There's some games I really want to try out on that. So yeah, been seeing a lot of YouTube videos lately on. I'm done with retro and it's too expensive and ugh, how depressing. Like, yeah, it, I have strong opinions on it. And I don't think anyone will agree. Yes, it can be an expensive hobby, but not really. I mean, you can just avoid the expensive games. Like, I mean, like Snatcher or Mega CD. I did want that at one point, but realizing how much it costs, I looked into it more, and I'm like, no, not my kind of game, anyways. And also, I'm not paying that, and you don't have to. And there's so many more good games you can get. Obviously now Mega CD is just over like the whole. I don't think there's many cheap games on that. It's not the best console to collect for. That console is kind of an expensive overall. But like if you get Sega Mega Drive, for example, there's so many good cheap games on there. You just got to avoid the really crazily expensive ones. Um, I mean, when you first, I just don't want people to be put off by this hobby. Anyone that's new to this hobby are watching these big YouTubers and they said it's too expensive, don't bother, and it's like, oh, don't put these people off. Come on, like when you first get into it, there are some cheap games, okay? There's some cheap games. There are expensive games on every console, those super duper expensive ones. But there is a lot of cheap games to still be had on the PlayStation 1, on the Mega Drive, even on the Dreamcast, even on the Saturn. I mean, I've been finding some cheap Saturn games. Saying don't bother with it, and anyone wants to get into it, don't do it, it's too expensive. Ugh. And it's like, you know, I mean, hopefully people don't take too much notice of these videos. I mean, I don't feel like they will. You know, if you really want to get into this hobby, you will get into it. But I just feel like it might put some people off hearing all of this. This hobby doesn't have to be expensive. It gets expensive when you collect games that are you know, the really pricey ones like Snatcher on the Mega CD, Panzer Dragoon on the Sega Saturn. They're not cheap games, but they're not the only games in existence. Trying to think of some other expensive games. I don't know, Shinobi on the Sega Saturn's a pricey one. You know, oh god, I can't think of any really right now, but you know what I mean. The more pricey retro games, you know, you don't. They're still affordable retro games. Like, and when you first start collecting, let's say you want to collect Mega Drive, the great games to get on the Mega Drive is the Mega Games 1, 2, and 3, because they got, I'll bring them down anyway, but they got quite a fair bit of games on them. Like, they have 3 games on them. So you got like Super Hang-On, Columns, there's the Italian 90 World Cup game. You got the, you know, Mega Games 2 with Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, and then you got Mega Games 3 with Alien Storm, Super Thunder Black, and Super Monaco GP. Like, you know, you could just start off with these 3, and you got a great selection of games, and these don't cost a lot of money. But when you're trying to get games like, I'm trying to think of an expensive game on Mega Drive. Yeah, Gunstar Hero. I think Streets of Rage 3 is quite a pricey one. I'm trying to think of another pricey. I can't think right now, but you know, just avoid those ones. There are so many great games on Mega Drive that aren't expensive. Do you know what I mean? Like these Mega games, for example. Micro Machines. I don't think that's an expensive one either. Sonic 1 and 2. Not expensive. Obviously, this is towards people that are just got a Mega Drive or just got, you know, first starting out. Obviously, if you've been collecting for a long time, you probably got most of these games anyway, and yeah, I suppose it, yeah. But I just avoid the pricier games, you know. I just don't have any interest in them. And a lot of the time, the most expensive games are not that great anyway, and they're not that interesting. They're not actually worth the price tag, in my opinion. That's just how it is. But yeah, every console has their proper super expensive titles, but they have a whole lot of not so expensive titles, so you can actually get a decent collection. Like I say, retro collecting, the hobby, it doesn't actually have to be expensive. Yeah, just doesn't have to be. So yeah, these two of my favourite PlayStation 1 games, and these are my examples because these two are not expensive at all, and they're brilliant games and I recommend them. So yes, you know, I will be doing more videos on, you know, this, you know, on, it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. There are so many more games out there that are not expensive, you know, that you can pick up. So yeah, I think that's all that I want to say in this video. Ooh, that's about it. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.